Oh man, this zebra is female. God damn, Wonjin, what's up with that? Ooh, 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 ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Wonjin.
Today, this is our Let's Talk session. We put in the title as mangas. Legendary mangas. Because me and Wonjin thought we didn't talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
So
And we talked about animations and stuff.
yeah. But again, guys, this is a placeholder. So
We talk about anything
and everything.
everything.
And this session is really about y'all. So please join the chat anytime and anytime you want. Big shout out to Lunatic, Music,
ZZ,
Scott
Void of
Walker,
Parrot, Scott Walker, Uchan
Music,
Hong,
Music, Kayla Marie, Jazz.
Soulless Trenchcoat.
What's up, ZZ? Zach Miller does movies, and all our 55 subscribers.
Mangas, Japanese mangas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, manga in Japanese, I think we use the same character.
Yeah,
it
Chinese
means
character.
it means comic book basically. Manhwa. It means like comic.
Yes.
That's what it means. So in Korea we call it manhwa.
Yeah.
Manhwa.
Yeah.
In Japanese they call it manga.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Chinese character, I think, made by Japan. So, but East Asia, we all use the term. Hey, boys, I was watching the Wild Thorny Berry movie. I know you never heard of it, but check it out. All right. Poaching it. The ones with octopus. Oh, ZZ, are those your favorite? Oh, man, I knew ZZ would be into those things.
Thornberry. What's this? Oh, okay. It's an animation. It looks very Nickelodeon.
Oh.
That's a very Nickelodeon looking cartoon.
I
It's,
do
it's just
like
like
those.
remember that animation called Doug? The cartoon called Doug
I
by
don't-
Nickelodeon? This looks a lot like that.
Okay.
But anyways.
In the next 5 years, we're going to actually see living, breathing mammoths and dinosaurs. I'm watching some better on the news. They think this company is very close to doing it. Well, Walker, but the thing is, though, didn't we always grow up watching those, like, news, though? Where, like, they're going to revive a dinosaur.
I think, you know, Jurassic Park also sparked a lot of discussion on this.
That's
like, is
interesting.
it going to be possible to bring these dinosaurs back? But,
Well-
you know, from the latest news I heard like there's so much damage on the DNA sample that it's going to be very difficult to do it. And another thing people don't talk about is, you know, those big dinosaurs we see in Jurassic Park? In order for a dinosaur to grow into that size, it's going to take decades.
The environment
Yeah.
and also has to support that, right? Yo, Wajin. So, question. Landing on Mars first or reviving dinosaurs first? Which one do you think is going to happen first?
I think
Oh,
we're
human
gonna-
being landing on
Yeah,
Mars.
I think we're gonna land on Mars first because we're already seeing those like SpaceX rockets that are capable of sending people to Mars being tested at the moment. So I think it's just a matter of time. I think we're gonna see it in our time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Hot take: Griffith wasn't a uniquely evil character among manga villains. The proportion of hate received is a bust. Void is talking about Berserk.
Griffith.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, but like, Void, that's such a great topic. I'm so glad you brought it up.
The man was broken. I mean, I understand him though.
No,
He
but-
lost everything, all his hope. All for what? Just like that one night banging with the princess, was it?
Yeah.
Man, that was cruel.
No, but I would like the difference. One of his great difference between other manga villains, though. So I'm gonna answer Void's question in two ways. There is definitely, you remember Ichi the Killer, you know, that psychopath, like who cuts off like women's So when it comes to evil, like he's not the most evil character among Japanese like manga villains for
Yeah.
sure. And like even Freezer, he just eliminates the whole planet.
Yeah.
No, but you know what makes Griffith unique? The time Kentaro Miro took to make like us confused about how we feel about him, because he was such a built-up character until he turned evil. Like I would say that is unique among like manga villains, Void, because like, and that's what's unique about Berserk.
Yeah.
Because like we spend so much time with Griffith that
What was this band called? Like the
Band of the Hawk.
Oh, okay, not Eagle, but
Yeah.
band. Okay, the Hawk.
Hey guys, we didn't even manage to finish exploring the depth of our oceans, but we are investing on Mars. Black Dahlia was killed like that. No, but in Japanese manga, there are a lot of sick fucks.
Yeah.
Like it's just full of sick fucks.
It kind of makes you like concerned about the artist. It's like, what kind of childhood do you have to live in order to come up with this dark shit?
Yo, don't you think that's like the big difference between our manhwa and Japanese manga? Is Japan definitely has that. I think they have more influence from Europe. You know, because Europe also has those like art houses.
Oh
and
yeah,
dark
that's true.
things. Because Korean, we tend to be more like Americans, where we like justice, smite the evil. Like, yeah, that's the kind of
Very Christian.
Oh, another thing different is Korean manhwa characters. Korean manga characters, I think, cry more than the Japanese counterparts.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's also like a population thing. You know, Japan roughly has about like 3 times our population, so basically, and a much bigger comic book market. So maybe they just have more talent pool than us.
Honestly,
with more variety. Because we can say the same thing about movies. You know, in Korean, if you look at Korean cinema, like the ones that are usually like critically acclaimed globally, they're usually very dark. Most of them.
No, but okay, I'm gonna offend the Korean in you.
Okay.
I think I just think Japanese have been doing it longer, and they have more depth. That's why. Because remember in Korea, one more thing. I'm so sorry. Park Chan-wook 감독's director's Revenge's Mind series. We also have dark series.
He's all very dark. Park Chan-wook especially. His movies are all dark.
But I'm just saying, like, as we develop, we get a more cynical view of human being, like Void does. like I think it's just something we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you look at, I mean, you mentioned Freezer, for example. He's a villain. But another thing really interesting, I think it's something that doesn't really translate into English. You know, he uses the formal form when he makes commands to his underlings.
Right.
Yeah. So he's very respectful.
Yeah.
If you think about it. So he's a very peculiar character if you think about it.
Yeah. So like. Back to Void's point, that's a good point. But here's the difference between Griffith and Freezer, though. I always enjoy Freezer's presence. I hate Griffith, like the reincarnated, like Femto. But for some reason, Freezer is such a likable guy. Like he's a mass murderer. Like I even like his like interaction with his father, like King Cold. Like, but Griffith is like it brings out the like hate in us, you know. So that's kind of weird. Kind of the way like you are enamored with Day of the Jackal, that psychopath killer.
Yeah. And I mean, we also grow fond of Darth Vader, and he also used that laser.
Oh, that's a good point,
to blow up Alderaan and killed billions in a second.
Yo, so it's so weird how I think we're just incapable of like rationally judging a good person or a bad person.
Yeah.
Orochimaru. Orochimaru. What was that?
Is that from Naruto?
I think Can you search it, Wanjin?
Orochimaru.
I'm glad we have a manga fan in the house.
Yeah, it's from Naruto.
Oh yeah. No, but Orochimaru, I would say, he's more of the kind of villain we grew up with, Wanjin. Like, have you watched Claymore, the manga?
No, I haven't. It's the one with the sword, right?
Yeah. Where like copycat woman. There's
it's kind of like from like medieval background.
Kind of medieval fantasy. Yeah.
I haven't seen it though.
No, like Look Back is good anime movie depicts story of 2 talented students become manga writers. Oh, really?
It was in the theaters during the summer, I think. And I heard it was really sad because it's based on true events. You know, there was like this fire in one of like these comic book studios in Japan.
Okay.
And a lot of comic book writers got killed.
Oh, I remember
that.
Walker, between the villains and Dragon Ball Z, who do you think will win between Frieza and Cell? Oh, shit, what?
Cell all the way.
No, that's unfair. That's like,
Yeah, because it took Super Saiyan 1 to get rid of Freezer. But it takes Super Saiyan 2 to get rid of Cell.
No, but Walker, fuck Cell. Like you know the difference between Cell and Freezer is? Cell is a narcissistic prick. Like, you know what a great CEO Frieza is?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even need these troops.
He's a great leader.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a great leader.
Remember
you can tell.
how like the Ginyu special forces, they keep getting chances. Like, what's that guy who gets killed by Vegeta? Like when he fails, Freezer gets angry, but he still uses the polite form and says, get corrected. Go back and correct it.
Uh-huh.
Like, so Frieza, like, I wish Frieza was more powerful.
And he runs basically on meritocracy. And he makes me compare, I mean, when I see him, I always get reminded of Megatron and what a piece of shit he is to his underlings. Yeah. But unlike Megatron, he's always polite.
Yeah.
He's very reasonable. And he knows where to put the he identifies talent and he knows where to put him. I think he also tries to recruit Goku at first.
Yeah, definitely. With the psychiatric hospital scene in Screen 7, patient and escapes the hospital, do you think that gives us a clue that it's going to be Stu or a different character? I think Walker, it's possibly Stu, but they're intentionally doing that to make you keep like guessing, so you'll be interested in it.
I only watched Pokemon, but because I was bored and there wasn't much to watch, I had to pick between Pikachu and Sudoku, the kid with the Dragon Balls. Orochimaru regularly conducts child experimentation and kills a lot of them. Okay, he's a piece of shit.
No, Void, but that's nothing in like Japanese villainy. Like Japanese villains are, it's not just the way what they do, it's how they do it. Like even the Old Boy, I actually watched the Old Boy original comic. Like the terrifying thing about Japanese villains is they do like psychological torture to you. Like it's about dominance.
Kind of like Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah. Ramsay Bolton is like nothing against like Japanese manga villains. Like, yeah, I would say like child experimentation is nothing like, because they have, remember when we growing up, like yokais were a big deal in Ranma and everything. They eat people.
Yeah.
They not only eat people, they like play with them before they eat them. Like, so like child experimentation is nothing.
It's pretty dark if you think about them.
Yeah.
I don't know how we grew up watching those cartoons, but when I
That's
look
right.
back at some of them, I'm kind of like surprised at how violent they are.
I think a lot of that has to do with the Senkoku Jidai. Like because a lot of bloodletting.
Yeah.
Because the big difference between Japanese yokai and Korean yoge, this also comes from Chinese character originating in China. But I think Japanese yokai are just more evil. Period.
Yeah.
Like, because in Korea, remember, like our yokais are like, can I steal?
Yeah. And you can tell that those stories, those tales of yoge, they're kind of designed for like for being a cautionary tale, especially for children. But when you hear the stories about yokai from Japan, first of all, there's so many of them, and second of all, like you said, they're truly malevolent.
Yeah, they're evil. They're not there to like teach you a lesson, or they're just there to kill you. They want to kill you. Yeah.
What do you think of the Australian horror film Wolf Creek? The movie is based on the serial Australian killer Ora Millard, who killed backpackers in the late 80s.
Yeah, I saw that
90s.
film. I don't like that film, Walker. It just makes my stomach churn. The first one is really well made. It's really disgusting. I don't think there's any dark truth in Dragon Ball, Walker. Yeah. Rate from 1 to 5 your all-time favorite mangas and why. Ready, go. Manga all time?
All time. First of all, it's got to be Dragon Ball. Because, you know, what's so great about Dragon Ball is just like what we said about Day of the Jackal. It's a comic book, yet it has that cliffhanger. And you just cannot stop reading it. You finish at like book 1, and then you have to go to book 2. And you end up spending the whole night reading it because it's so immersive. I don't know how the guy, I mean, what's his name? Toriyama, Akira. Yeah. I don't know what it is. The secret is, but it's so captivating. Like the way like all these pictures are placed and the whole story and the imagination.
First of all, I watched it for Bruma's boobs, okay? Because remember,
really? Because I think in the Korean version is kind of like redacted.
No, see, you are not a true fan because there was the Japanese like black version that like came in before the Korean official version, and I'm just joking. Like I actually had the Japanese pirated version from my cousin, and like book 1 I'm in, and then Bruma's boobs are out. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm watching this because it starts off with Goku as a kid. No, but all jokes aside, Wonjin made a great point. What I want to add is it has every fucking like scientific fantasy trope that boys love.
Exactly.
Everything in it. Like, remember how cool, like, all the devices? I thought capsules
The capsule
were real.
thing, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it also has this very distinctive, like, tone change going from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z. Because Dragon Ball, like, the bad guy is Piccolo, and we see those, like, the Red Ribbon Army guys. And
No, but you're talking about when the Saiyans make a first appearance.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes more like... Oh, well, here's another thing, Wunsch. You know what it was for us, like, guys, in, like, living in Korea? We grew up with Dragon Ball because when I was young, it was still coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
And because I think the book form 42 is the last one. I used to have it, but I actually gave it as a gift to my younger cousin.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah. Like we were already teenagers when, like, the Goku, like, the space saga began.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit, Majin Buu and Super Saiyan 3? There's a 3?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, but the Freezer saga is the best.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Freezer saga is still, like... No, okay, Cell saga is but I think Majin Buu saga... I think even the author said it. He did it for, like, because of the popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's not as tight as the first one. Though the first saga, the story against Freezer, that's the best because of, like, again, the dramatic build-up. You know, just... We tend to remember the moment Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, and we think it's dramatic. But when I look back, it's dramatic because of what happened prior to that event.
Yeah, his best friend died.
Yeah, and also Vegeta, he believes that he became Super Saiyan, and then he basically gets squashed, and we know that rivalry between Vegeta and Goku, and we can see Vegeta like just before he dies, he roots for Goku. He tells him to go Super Saiyan and have revenge on his people.
I had a very pleasant time watching Demon Slayer Kyumyo.
I heard a lot about that, but I haven't seen it yet.
Frieza seemed insurmountable. Yeah, boy. It was such a great moment. Like, everything Wonjin said, I agree with. If they can do live action Dragon Ball Z, I'm not watching a live Dragon Ball.
We already have one.
Walker,
That shit bombed.
I'm so sorry, but please stop. Please do not think that, please. Like,
what was it? Dragon Ball Evolution or something? That thing was so bad.
Yeah. I mean, Walker, after watching what they tried to do with Cowboy Bebop, I wish they would not do it.
And it's just not gonna work. Because there's so many cartoon elements that's gonna look ridiculous in a live action version, especially the hair.
Yeah. Zizzy, how could you get over the fact that the whole animation of Dragon Balls look unappealing? No, what? Zizzy, that's like, I think we have a different take on, because you know what? You know what Toriyama also innovated? His drawing of muscle. His muscle drawing was like, I think him and Slam Dunk. Remember, those were the two most popular way of drawing characters after them, because Slam Dunk went for the realistic, and Toriyama went for the incredibly detailed yet hyper realistic. Because you know the Saiyans' muscle are just steroids times 10, and like. I bet my bottom dollar, guys, like, he was the first one to do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so that was an innovation.
Yeah, there was so much innovation from Dragon Ball. And it was basically like a perfect comic. It had everything. Seriously. It had the dramatic element, it had the science fiction, it had the adventure. Man, it's got cool ass side characters.
Zezzy Joe, you were too distracted by them boobs. And hey, like Wonjin, be honest. The reason why we digged into Japanese manga, one of them was definitely boobs, correct? Not just Dragon Ball, but remember, when we were like Koreans, we were more Confucianist, like hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, kids nowadays, they got like hardcore pornography just like a tap away, but back then we didn't.
Yeah.
So like
looking for boobs in manga were a regular behavior of boys. Okay, that's my poor defense. Oh, but my recent favorite manga was Frieren Beyond Your 장송의 Frieren.
I heard about that. Hold on.
Let's search it.
장송의.
Oh, by the way, Void, me and Wonjin, we were watching Pantheon, okay?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good so far.
We are liking it a lot.
Okay, this looks like a fantasy.
Yo, what's that one with Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette?
베르사유의 장미.
Yeah, Versailles.
The Rose of Versailles.
The Rose of Versailles.
Oh
was-
man, that shit was awesome too.
That's the best, one of the best
Oh
mangas ever.
man, you know that's drawn in like the days of like the first Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
That was from like the late 70s.
Yeah.
That shit was old.
Oh, for Wonjin. 북두칠권.
Oh yes.
I don't know the English name though. Let's search it.
북두신권.
Yeah, 북두신권. Oh, I have to apologize to, like, I guess he was before Toriyama.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, Fifth of the
Oh
North
shit,
Star.
we're looking at the
Fuck
illustration
yes.
right now,
This
and
is-
it's pumping us up.
Oh, it's around the same time.
1986.
Okay. Around the same time as Dragon Ball.
Man.
Fifth of the North.
お前はもう死んでいる. You're already dead.
Oh fuck! Hell fucking yeah! Walker, do you remember the Dwayne Johnson Hercules movie? They were talking about a sequel, but how come they didn't do it? Because the movie did very well. I thought that was one of the better Hercules movies. I actually agree with you, Walker, there. But I think they overplayed that Greek mythology thing too much at the time.
Yeah.
Remember? Oh, I mean, you seek milkers, you are all dinner photos. Trigun? What's a Trigun? Let's search it. I think we might know it.
Trigun is from the late 90s. It's about this guy named Vash, the Stampede. It happens in this like remote alien planet, and it's like a deserted world. It kind of feels like a western, and he has the secret.
No, let
me show you.
Yeah, because I might know it actually. I forget these names, guys.
Oh man, the animation was awesome, especially the music.
Oh, I didn't watch this one. Oh, what's that one where mechs are cops? Remember how like the mechs were cops? That was all Kidong.
Pet Raver.
Oh, yeah, Pet Raver.
Pet Raver, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Pet Raver, baby. No,
Yeah,
but
Trigun was awesome, by the way. But I didn't read it as a comic. I'm not sure if it had like a comic book, but the animation was pretty awesome. It had great music, and just like Dragon Ball, it has a lot of like comical elements within it. There are times when it gets serious, but most of the time it's kind of lighthearted and it's funny.
Can we talk about animals and other stuff pretty soon? No, we can talk about that right now, Walker. Just shoot the question.
Yeah,
please.
that's right. Space Western.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Walker, we're trying to answer everyone's question. That's why. We're going to get to your... Don't worry. There's a new movie coming out on February 28th or something with that actor who played in that movie.
Mickey 17. I think that's a movie
by
by Bong
Bong
Joon-ho.
Joon-ho.
Yeah, Bong Joon-ho. The guy who made
Host.
Parasite
Host.
and Host. And it has the actor, what's his name?
Snowpiercer.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
He's playing in it.
Man, he's such a great actor. These days, he's really choosing his roles well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he wants to become like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. And I think the late 90s, there was this trend of that space, like, Western thing, just like a Cowboy Bebop. And there was also this animation called Outlaw Star, which is very similar. They like go on a journey into space, and they're all kind of like a band of outlaws, and they happen to have this like special spaceship that was supposed to be like some legendary material.
No, but the thing is, I want to say this though, like there's definitely a charm that manga has, just like there's a charm to anime.
Yeah.
Like for example, Void, like for me, like Berserk is really hard to make as animation because of the detail of the drawing.
It's gonna cost so much money to turn that into like an animation.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm hoping in the world of AI coming soon, I think this problem can be solved. We're gonna have some very high quality animation drawn by AI. That's gonna take like tens of thousands of man hours to make, which also kind of gets me worried because a lot of those people are gonna lose their jobs.
Yeah, thank you for that one, Jin. Thank you so much. Very sad, because over here in Australia, wild horses, brumbies, and the kangaroos are being called. Oh, really? Because there's too many of them, and they had to reduce the population. It's pretty sad. I mean, Walker, like I
heard like farmers usually have a lot of they face a lot of trouble because of those wild animals.
You know what I feel about that though? I think Seoul should like call our pigeons and cats too. Like I honestly believe that because once you remember when we were growing up, there were bees, there were like more birds.
And squirrels are disappearing in our mountains because of the cats.
Yeah, we should kill them all. Like I'm so sorry, Walker, but I think we should look at the ecosystem as a whole sometimes.
And I don't think we should kill them. We should just let loose some, what are they called? Tambi?
No, but didn't we try to do that with the toad and we messed up?
Oh yeah,
I think that's not a great idea, man.
We need like a predator, but also make sure it's in check.
Yeah. Attila Battle Angel. Oh, that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, and it's based on the comic books. In Korean, it's called Chongmong.
I think.
Chongmong. Yeah.
Oh wow! I miss those 80s and 90s like drawing.
The drawing style. You know, another comic book I remember from the 90s, it's this the detective shit. 소년 탐정
Oh,
김전일.
Conan!
Not Conan, but 김전일.
Oh,
have you seen that? 김전일?
Of course.
What was
no,
it?
but
That was kind of scary though. That was some scary. Oh, the Kindaichi case files in English.
Kindaichi. Oh yeah, this is great. I remember.
This shit was scary for me at the time. And this was great manga. And it kind of created this like meme in Korea because he always says like the perpetrator's in this room.
Right.
the criminal's here. It's one of us.
And they think they can wipe out all the kangaroos in Australia, but they can't. There's too many kangaroos. Some flowers want to go back to the good old days and use guns to protect themselves. I mean, Walker, that's a very difficult question. If they are like messing with other people's livelihood. Remember in Africa, they kill elephants because of the same reason. Like the farmers, like the elephants come and like destroy their crops. So, I mean, it's a very difficult question to answer.
Oh man, castrate them. Isn't that even more evil? You take the manhood out of them?
No, but not just the man, but the woman can get castrated too. They remove the organ. No, but like, I don't think that's a solution because they're still going to eat them. Like, we're trying to do certain things, so...
But at least they won't reproduce. So maybe, that's going to work.
Battle Angel was also iconic, but so Dragon Ball is your number top?
Dragon Ball would be like top.
So honorable number, like top 3 then. What do you add?
Oh, man. It's going to be difficult. I think Berserk needs to be there absolutely because... It's for me in the manga world. I think that's kind of like Lord of the Rings. I'm amazed by like the sheer scale of the universe that he imagined. And one thing I don't like about Dragon Ball is that power inflation as it like progresses into the series. Because I think, like you said, Akira Toriyama, I don't think he expected Dragon Ball to go that far at first. So it kind of gets annoying as you progress because it's always the same shit. It's like, hey guys, how are you doing today? Nothing bad's gonna happen today, right? Let's have a barbecue. And boom, some shit happens, and then they fight them. And it's like, oh, Super Saiyans are foolish. You're nothing. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go Super Saiyan 2. Boom. That's still foolish. Super Saiyan 3. Boom. Super Saiyan 4. Oh, shit, I did not know that was possible. Oh, no. And then, yeah. And then it's back to, let's have a barbecue again until some other stronger guy comes. But with Berserk, it's like a totally different story with every saga. What was that one with the Indian kind of guy becoming that big-ass tree? What was that story?
No, that's the Fantasia arc. That's the latest arc.
Yeah, so that
King
arc,
Ganeshka.
Each of these arc is like, it's like a completely different work.
Hold for a second, because we might have to do another video about each one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Because I appreciate you going in depth.
But anyway, so that's
if
why
you guys
Berserk,
want us to talk about Berserk like that, we can.
Yeah, Berserk has to be there.
Because my favorite is actually Lost Children arc. But, Void, speaking of detectives, have you guys watched True Detective Season 1? Of course! True Detective Season 1.
Yes.
We watched it hundreds of times. I think we even have a review of it.
Yeah, we reviewed it.
In the channel, Void.
And then it was hyped up, and then I was going to watch Season 2, and Joe warned me. He's like, it's nothing like Season 1. So I still haven't seen Season 2. Yet I've seen Season 3 and 4.
We liked 3, I think. Right? 3 was awesome.
Yeah,
because
3 was
his
awesome.
acting was great. What's his name? Ali. Yeah,
Marshall Ali.
Marshall Ali, he's a great actor. Yeah. Some farmers think using a gun is the best thing to do to protect the property, even from other animals. Yeah. If we don't want something to be done to us, we shouldn't do it to any other animal. Just because we don't speak their language, it doesn't give us the right to decide over their lives. Boys, I got a couple questions for you. One, that are the chances Godzilla and monsters could be real, and what are the chances the Hunger Games could happen? No, but Walker, those are two very great questions. I'm gonna answer the second one first. You could argue that we are already in Hunger Games, like metaphorically speaking. Was it Void who said we're in the Matrix last time? So that's the second question is actually very loaded. But your first question is more simpler. Godzilla and the monsters could be real. I mean, I think there's a bigger chance of like species like that in a different world than ours. I think there's definitely a chance for that.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite manhwa is made for fantasy artists.
Wonjin has already given his blessing to Dragon Ball, Berserk.
Berserk.
But let's hold on. One of my all-time favorite manhwa is made for fantasy. It's called Pet Shop. Do you know the Korean name of it, Void? Pet Shop. No, please understand, because remember, a little history for you. Korean manhwa, like Japanese manga that came into Korea, like a lot of the title were changed and Koreanized. So sometimes we might not understand.
Yeah, I mean, we just did a little search. There's one called Pet Shop of Horrors. I'm not sure if it's the same one, though.
Last night over here in Melbourne, Australia, has some bracelet attacked by Israel people. It did. Walker, let's not talk about like political issues here. Yeah.
Anyways, another one's gotta be Slam Dunk.
Slam Dunk.
Slam Dunk was
made every Korean play basketball.
Yeah. And it coincided with like the popularity of NBA and Michael Jordan. And I also like how distinctively different it was from Dragon Ball, like the way it's styled and everything. And also it was very good at making these dramatic moments. And I'm always fascinated by how they achieve it through drawings. Yeah.
No, but Vagabond.
I haven't seen that.
You didn't read Vagabond?
Yeah, I didn't read Vagabond.
Oh man. The only reason why I stopped reading Vagabond is because he kept taking hiatus. You know how like, you know what?
Kind of like the Berserk artist.
Yeah. You know what I love about Japanese manga artists? They can say fuck it once they make it and say I'm gonna draw whenever I want to. That's such an artist thing to do. Yeah. Vagabond was amazing until like there was this long hiatus. I don't know which like volume it was, around 20 or something. Then I just lost track of it. Astral Pet Store. I think that may be the one Void is talking about.
And for me, maybe it's because I'm a car guy. I really like this comic called Initial D, about this like street racer who's like a high school student. His father used to be like a legendary racer, and secretly he had been training his son to be like another legendary racer by making him deliver tofu in the morning in this like in this like really old car. And he becomes the master of like that mountain road. And then we have these like challengers, like these team of racers from other cities who try to like who beat like everybody who's the fastest in town, and they lose against this high school kid. Yeah, and his journey begins. So because I'm so into cars, I really enjoy that comic book.
Do you think your love for cars started because of that?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Oh no, it's the other way.
Oh, okay,
I got interested in that comic because of my love for cars. Otherwise, I wouldn't have read it or seen it.
Another honorable mention I have to do is 상남 2인조.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's search the
funny as hell.
Let's search the Japanese.
Oh, because that's like the precursor to great teacher Onizuka.
Yeah. 상남 2인조, one of the best.
That shit was funny.
What's the Japanese title of it?
What is it called? GTO the earliers? That's what they call
GTO.
it? Because I think GTO first got famous first in the US. And then they got introduced to the old one.
Fascinating.
But in Asia, this was introduced first, and GTO was like a spin-off.
Yeah. Oh, right. I think because GTO had a more like light-hearted comedy elements to it than this one. Yeah, because This is basically
Pure Love Gang from Shonan.
because GTO is basically for Koreans. Remember, that's the time when Taeang은 없다, the movie dropped.
Yeah,
There's no
the
sun.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, so there was this like that's the Squid Game Lee Dong-jae, like he made his bones from that movie. Like there was this romanticism about boys fighting in the street, living the life.
Oh, Deja Vu.
Deja
That's
vu.
like a famous song used in the animation version of Initial D.
Oh really?
But the thing is, the song comes a lot later in the season. In the first, second season, there are other like these songs, and they use the specific genre of songs, music called the Eurobeat, and it kind of itself kind of became a meme.
What is horse racing like in Korea? Is it a big sport or no? It's definitely
a big sport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very big
there are a
sport.
lot of people
Making-
who
just
go
like
to
in
horse
Squid
racing.
Game.
Yeah, you can see that in Squid Game.
Yeah. Oh, let me guess, Jin. That is you, the master of the mountain road, tofu delivery guy by day, racer by night.
No, but the thing is, the kid doesn't know that he's becoming a racer by delivering tofu all the time.
Oh man, like that's such a great trope.
Uh-huh.
Like you know how in like old kung fu movies and like mangas, like the guy is always
Like carrying that bucket of water.
bucket of water, and one day Master says this was all part of the plan.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm so strong, Master.
Yeah,
now.
that's what they do
Yeah.
with the Karate Kid too. It
Yeah.
he makes what's his name? Mr. Miyagi makes the kid paint the fence.
Yeah.
It's like and sand the walls. It's like left, rotate right.
超神冲数电 super 公 pass shop. Okay. Yeah.
Have many
Many
Australian racehorses come to Korea to race, or has? I have no clue where the horses come from, though. I'm pretty sure that they must be like
No, but
imported.
I think the race horses are bred separately.
Yeah,
like
'cause they're special breeds.
Yeah, they're bred for racing. Like, and there's edible horses, and then there's those bred for horse racing.
Anyway, so Initial D, Shonan, Sangnam 2인조. That's a great comic. It's funny as hell.
So wait, Wonjin, top 3 for you is Dragon Ball, Berserk, and Slam Dunk. Those are your all-time favorite. All-time
No,
favorite.
I would
That was the question Zizzy
if
had.
I have to say like all time, I would remove Slam Dunk from the list. I mean, it's
Don't you think one of
It's
the problem
great.
with Slam Dunk is that you could argue that it's not complete?
yeah.
Because remember, they were starting the tournament, and it just abruptly ended there.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, Slam Dunk, I would say it's one of those like genius novels that the artist never finished.
You know, there are also some Korean comic that I really liked. What's it called? 천국의 신화. 이현세? 이현세. That's the artist's name. I really like some of the comics from 이현세. And there are also these famous comic books. I forgot the guy's name. What's his name? 타짜. Have you read Tacha
Yeah.
as a comic book? All 4 of them?
Of course.
That was awesome too. Man, I forgot his name. What's the artist's name?
I forget.
허영만. 허영만.
Yeah.
That's right. 허영만.
I
타짜.
think that's
타짜's
his
gotta be
best
up
work.
there. Yeah.
But I think
Taca's gotta be up
Hoyongman
there.
is like the most famous of our like comic art. 고우영.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I enjoyed those the
삼국지.
historical ones. Yeah, I definitely enjoy the historical ones
Yeah.
more. No, I mean, have any champion Korean racehorses went to Australia to race in the? We have no idea.
I have no clue.
Yeah, we're not into racehorses.
But yeah, Tacha's gotta be up there.
So I have a question for Zezzy. Do you agree with like horse racing, horse racing?
I also saw like they race greyhounds. They have like greyhound races, and they have this like robot mouse thing that like runs, and then the greyhound chases it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Because I had no idea that was happening.
I would actually put Berserk
Above Dragon Ball?
fuck. No, but like top. Zezzy's question was top 5, so I don't know if it's top of top, but I agree that I would put Berserk in it because I don't think there's any manga that bring out that raw emotion of Berserk. Anytime guts get angry, like you are completely. here's a man who was SA'd when he was a kid. He never had a father, but his father figure was a piece of shit. His mother went mad, and he went to a company that he thought was going to become family, but the leader fucked him over and SA'd his woman. So, like, oh, fuck, how is he alive, son? That's gotta be...
And it's not like he has superhuman powers or anything.
Like, here's the thing about what I like about Berserk. I want to elaborate on that one, Jin. I would say he is superhuman, actually, but him becoming superhuman is somehow more, like, for us, like, pathologically, emotionally more, like, convincing than, like, the other superpower we see in other mangas. Because of this, because we see him from a kid. First of all, I don't think a kid can actually wield that sword, but, like, it's done enough where it's convincing to us. So even despite his superhuman power, we still, like, feel sympathy for him as a human being, going up against monsters.
Yeah, and then he loses his arm. He's cursed for life. Man.
Oh, and it's his attitude too. Remember when he says, "Fuck you, Skull Knight! Fuck all of you!"
That's my favorite character of the whole series.
Right.
Skull Knight, man, that guy's the coolest ever.
Right.
Yeah.
He throws a knife at Skull Knight, and Gus picks it up. Fuck you! This is war. And then, like, Skull Knight's like, this is this is how he survived the eclipse. No, because there are just awesome dialogues like that. And remember, and another thing, Guts is like. Another thing that makes Guts amazing is because I love Children of the Lost Ark is because I thought it was a perfect arc to follow. Remember the first four books where he goes against the slug count? But the Children of the Lost Ark shows that Guts is fighting to keep his humanity. Like he doesn't want that girl to get hurt.
Yeah.
And after watching everything we gone through, to us, the apostles are cowards compared to Guts because they give up their humanity and decides to essay little girls and kill them, eat people. But Guts, despite every reason to become a monster, well, he is a monster, you could argue, but protects that girl. So that's what's like. That's okay. How did I do?
That's what's fascinating about the character.
Yeah. I think Jin is hungry. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Like, I gotta apologize. I was late. They say if you bond with a wild horse and trust you and he lets you ride him, and if you decide to let him go, let him go back to his herd, and he come back to you, that means he is your horse. Okay.
I think that's also like a classic trope we see in cartoons and movies, Toruk Makto from Avatar.
Right. The irony is that the message of Berserk is supposed to be life-affirming. But Void... It's really about human nature, don't you think? Because even Griffith is like human. His desire to go to that castle, because human nature, it depends on your view of human nature. We have done atrocious things, right? Yeah. And Griffith is a representation of all those like leaders in the past, like that kill and do anything to get an empire. So I would say it's humanist. Have you boys ever seen an albino horse? There's an albino horse with red eyes.
I had no clue, but it would be kind of scary. Yeah. All you need to do is like put this fake horn on it. It's gonna look like a unicorn with red eyes.
Oh, hey, don't you think that's what they do in films then? They get an albino horse to play the unicorn. Now, boys, I've been watching you for nearly 2 years. You've grown on me, and now you're definitely #1 YouTuber. Thank you.
Number one, baby.
Thank you, Walker. WALKER. Scott in the fucking building, yeah? Yes, there are albino horses. Oh, hey, thank you, ZZ and Walker again. Thank you for that comment, Walker. Shall we just do 5 more minutes, Jin?
Yeah.
Let's
take a few more questions, and then we should wrap this up. Boys, do you have any plans to come to Australia this year? If you do, oh man, I don't know. I wish, but I don't have any plans to travel this year. So, but who knows?
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has a lot to do with our current state of our country. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Let's talk about manga again.
Yeah.
Well, Berserk, but I'll put Vagabond in top 5.
I gotta read that.
Yeah, Vagabond. I would definitely put top 5. Oh, albino horses have blue eyes. That's interesting. That's very interesting because I was thinking more rabbit.
Worst manga you ever read?
Worst manga you ever read? That's such a hard question.
Yeah, because I usually judge I usually judge comic books by its cover. So if it looks shitty, I don't read it. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot of those like mangas that I didn't even pick up. But the ones I read through, they were all worth it. Because if they're not good within the few like couple pages, I just stop reading them.
But another reason why, Zezzy, that's hard to answer is because when me and Wenjin, we were growing up, before the volume came out, we bought like serial magazines called Sonyo Champ and other where we got a taste of all the mangas that came out. So when we liked one, we will buy the volume.
And that was like one of the major channels that comic book artists got their break.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you make it in that magazine, then you become famous. That's how Toriyama Akira also got famous.
Yeah.
Before Dragon Ball, he had something called Dr. Slump.
Yeah, Dr. Slump was alright. I actually enjoyed Dr. Slump. And to answer your question again, Zezzy, I don't think there are worse mangas. There are mangas that start really great but fall apart quickly. There are mangas like that we stop reading.
ZZ, what do you mean by it looks shitty, I don't read it? You have to understand, like, one of the key attraction to any manga is it has to have an attractive drawing. So it's not just about the story, just like how we, judge a TV show and movies through the actors and also the directors. We usually judge them also by the quality of the drawing. And it has to be attractive. If you're shit at drawing things, then it's very it's not likely to succeed. Except for people who have ugly drawings yet still charming.
No, but another point I want to add to that is one of the great things about Japanese manga is we can see the manga artists getting better. Because sometimes they start off with a certain style, but it evolves as the series continue. So, and they have deadlines. So you have to understand, like, Japanese manga are like the way War and Peace or Charles Dickens wrote their novels. They were not novels; they were serials. Yeah, Jin, look up Ansett. It's an Australian Airlines. Ours are very popular airline. Everyone loved it, and it was grounded back in 2001. Aaron called it the Titanic of skies. Look it up. Okay.
Ansett?
Yeah, I've seen contests in the airport.
Ansett, Australia. Originally Ansett Airways.
Tim Allen's first movie and Toy Story was his second movie. Oh, that's such a great directorial debut. He definitely has talent. That's one reason why I never read any. But today I think mangas are all online, no? I don't read them anymore.
I don't know. I think if you didn't grow up reading them, maybe then it's going to be more difficult for you to pick them up.
Oh, Wonjin, do you like Korean artist Kangpur?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his.
Because in Korea, in the early and mid 2000s, the online comic market grows a lot.
We call them webtoons.
Yeah, they're called webtoons, and some of them have such good stories, they become
movies and series.
Yeah. So Kangpur, I like them. And I also I forgot the guy's name. What's his name? Oh, Joseok, yeah. 마음의 소리.
Oh, right. Right.
That also became a TV show, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll admit, once I tried to look for manga and try it out by mistake, I mixed the words and I ended up reading something for adults. It was such a good piece of comedy. Is there anything else in Australia you guys specifically wanted to see? I don't know. I really want to see, those like, what are those called? Hunter spiders? Those big ones?
You want to see them?
Yeah. I want to see how, like, intimidating they might look.
I would love to go to, what's the other place besides Sydney? The famous, I want to go to the beach. I forget the name of the city.
Coast?
Yeah. I also want to see the that field in the serial killer movie Walker. Well, I'm currently reading the manhwa called LAG.
L-A-G. L-A-G. Manhwa. Oh, it's also a webtoon.
Oh wow, but Void, you know the difference between manhwa and manga. That's amazing. Thank you for using those correct terms. I really appreciate that.
Man, there's so many great artists these days.
I think they get or not advantage, but they do it with computer now. So, but that makes me sad because when Berserk turned into computer, I guess the first palette was alright, but there are just certain charms from the pen. You know?
I want to see koalas. They have a pink sea. Boys, check out father saves his toddler from a dingo attack. Dingo drug his little boy out of parents' camper van and attacked him and dragged him off. This is a similar attack that happened in the 80s. Okay. The seashore is all pink because their sea is super salty, but it looks very cute because the sand is pink from salt and the water is super blue and nice.
You know what, Wenjin? Talking about all this sea stuff makes me want to visit the EC that we have. You know, Wenjin,
It's
like,
been a while since
one of the things that I regret is, like, we gotta appreciate, like, Korea has such great places too. You know, and especially when it comes to nature.
Yeah.
Have you been to Yosu?
Yeah,
The city of Yosu.
I've been there.
Wow, it's amazing,
Yeah,
right?
the sea there, and also Suncheon.
Yeah, wow. I just like when we were growing up, they mind fuck us to study so much that they don't give us time to appreciate the land and mountain.
We just take a lot of these things for granted.
Yeah.
We gotta take time and check them out.
But let's like take 3 more questions and call it a night. Like Wonjin is about to kill that zebra and eat it. No, LAG Void, do you recommend it? I mean, you're reading it, so you're obviously recommending it. Oh, I'm gonna put in Ranma 1.5 in top 5 too.
That was also a very creative idea.
Inuyasha? Was it like because that Ranma artist also did that the yokai one? Inuyasha, was it? The where the devil?
No, there was one called YuYu Hakusho. I think it's the same artist.
Really?
Inuyasha it's much later. It's like in the 2000s.
Okay, 'cause
And we grew up with something called YuYu Hakusho.
Yeah, I think I watched YuYu Hakusho.
YuYu Hakusho. It was drawn in the early 90s.
Oh, YuYu Hakusho! I love YuYu Hakusho.
YuYu Hakusho.
Yeah, I love that guy with the third eye. YuYu Hakusho, like I'll put in top 5 too, because I think they are also the progenitor of many things. And you know what surprised me about YuYu Hakusho? Like it was so violent.
Yeah, I remember that guy with the third. I think this is the guy with the third eye.
Yeah.
He gets like a hole blown into his stomach.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. Oh,
What's up?
기생충.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Really?
Isn't it 기생수?
기생수. Can you search the Japanese name?
Parasite.
Parasite.
With a Y.
Parasite is one of the best mangas ever.
Oh, and I also read 귀신동자 Senki. You know, this was heavily censored in Korea because a lot of the violent scenes didn't make it through the censorship. This is also about yokai. And he's like a demon hunter. And the ancestor, because he was too powerful, he put like what's it called? 봉인? He sealed him. Yeah, he put a seal on him so that he remains harmless under the seal. And then these yokai somehow break loose, and then the descendants of that great wizard, they need to figure out how to unleash him and break the seal temporarily to make sure that he hunts those yokai. It was pretty violent too. And I think this got kind of overlooked because when this was released as an animation, that year Evangelion was released. And that created such hype. Yeah, so this was also pretty good. But I wouldn't put it as like an all-time great.
Oh boy, yeah, you read Parasite? I'll put it in top 5. I think I watched that one.
Jin, please look up Azaria Chamberlain. She was a baby that was taken by a dingo back in 1981. Years before we were all born, but the mother was playing for the incident, but she was released in 2 years. Let's see. Azaria Chamberlain.
Parasyte is such a great series. It deals with the theme of nature, human.
Oh no, it was killed by a dingo.
I think ZZ, you should watch Parasyte manga. It's amazing. It's one of the best written ones too.
Oh man, dingoes are basically like jackals. But they have such a non-threatening name, dingo. But they're basically like street dogs.
No, but what is a threatening name to you then, Wenjin? Like wolf?
Like a jackal.
Jackal?
You know that sounds like a predator. But when you hear dingo, it kind of makes you remind like imagine like a friend of an ostrich or something.
It's cute.
That's a dingo.
Just goes to show anything in the wild is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I think
We should wrap it up here.
that's why I asked you about your top 5. I don't think we reached top 5 today, but guys, thank you so much for staying with us. I apologize again for being late, so I apologize to you guys and Wonjin as well, because I'm keeping Wonjin's blood sugar level low
Jin, look up Father
unintentionally.
Saves Toddler from Dingo. Okay.
Hey, big shout out to
I'll look it up.
Voida Parrot, Scott Walker, ZZ, Kayla Marie, Jasmine, Art of Lunatic, Music, Trenchcoat, Hui Chan Hong, I'm the husband and I cooked, and all our 55 subscribers. Thank you for leaving a reply, guys. Please press like and subscribe and share our videos if you like our stuff. We're two Korean dudes talk about everything and anything and review movies and series occasionally. Thank you so much again. Time to say goodbye. This has been JoeJin. Wait, Korea is killing it with K-pop, K-drama, and movies now. Fuck yeah. The name Dingo makes me think about a dog that has some neurological disease. Oh man, Zezzy, you with the octopus and everything. Some people think the dingo is Australian version of... I mean, that makes sense. We'll look it up, Walker, okay? Hey, we can talk about all those things next week again, Walker. Don't worry about it. We always check your reply. Don't worry about it. Anyway, this has been Joe Jin Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm Wonjin.
We'll see you guys next
We'll
week.
be back next week. Happy Lunar New Year, guys.
Happy Lunar New Year. Bye, bye, bye. Please, Master, don't kill me. Are you going to punish me with those zebras?
Why are you talking with the zebra? Did you figure out a way to serve your master now?
I'm so sorry, Wonjin.
No, don't be sorry to me. Be sorry to your master, the zebra.
No, but you're my master. Why are you lying?
Constantina, that's your name?
Did-
Yeah, Constantina.
Was I too arrogant?
Oh, wow, that's a very regal
Was I
name.
too arrogant in our cast today, sir?
Now kneel down in front of Constantina, the zebra.
Please don't make me do this. Please, sir.